Amara Lewis was not born into power. Her world had been one of quiet discipline, long nights studying tactical operations, and mornings running drills while the city still slept. She had earned every badge, every accolade, through sheer skill and unrelenting dedication. Her colleagues respected her, her superiors, not always. Power often feared integrity, and Amara's unwavering moral compass had already made her a thorn in the side of many. Her apartment reflected her life, minimal, organized, precise. A small photo sat on her nightstand, her younger brother, smiling, full of dreams, unaware that one day his sister would risk everything to expose corruption that threatened thousands. That memory fueled her, gave her strength even when the corridors of power were dark and deceptive. It started as a routine assignment, surveillance on illicit arms dealings, but the deeper she dug, the more she realized the rot was systemic. Rhodes, Grant, and others had entwined themselves into networks of corruption that reached far beyond any single mission. Evidence could save lives, or destroy her if she misstepped. A colleague had warned her, "Be careful, Amara, some of these people won't hesitate to eliminate the problem." She had nodded, more determined than afraid. That was her nature, confrontation over compliance, truth over comfort. She remembered one evening, sitting on her small balcony as the city's lights flickered below, thinking about justice. Real justice wasn't just about law enforcement, it was about courage, about standing when the system tries to bend you. And then the signs began. Documents went missing, meetings were suddenly cancelled, phone lines tapped, whispers in the hallways. Amara's gut told her something was coming, a storm she couldn't outrun. Then came the fateful helicopter ride. A mission she thought was standard quickly revealed itself as a trap. Rhodes' smirk, Grant's eagerness, they weren't there to debrief her. They were there to erase her. Her training told her to fight. Her heart told her to survive. Her mind, sharp as ever, mapped every escape, every contingency. If you were in the position right now, would you stay silent, or risk everything for the truth? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. The door swung open. The roar of the desert wind drowned out her heartbeat, but she felt every pulse, every tremor. Rhodes and Grant's laughter was almost musical, cruel and triumphant. "Goodbye, Officer," Rhodes said, the sunlight glinting off his mirrored aviators. She fell, free, but not defenseless. Every muscle tense, every sense alive. She activated her harness and grappling line hidden beneath her uniform. The desert rock rushed up, unforgiving, but she anchored herself with precision, absorbing the fall, sliding into shadows where no one could see her. Inside the helicopter, confusion erupted. The radar flickered, the laughter faltered. Grant's hands shook on the controls. How could she vanish like that? From her vantage point behind the canyon walls, Amara's mind raced. She would need patience, timing, and a plan. One misstep, one moment of hesitation, could mean death. Flashbacks haunted her, Rhodes in meetings, suppressing her reports, Grant covering up raids, faces of victims she had promised justice to. Every image fueled a growing fire inside her. The betrayal wasn't personal, it was systemic. It was larger than the desert, larger than the helicopter, larger than the fleeting lives of those who thought power could protect them from truth. She moved silently, blending into the landscape. Each step was calculated, each shadow a shield. The desert was her ally now. Amara's mind replayed the moment of betrayal over and over. Every detail sharpened her focus, but isolation was crushing. She had no backup, no immediate allies, only herself, her training, her instincts, her memory of every lesson drilled into her over years. The desert sun burned, water was scarce, food even scarcer. Every movement could be fatal if Rhodes and Grant had reinforcements searching. Yet in solitude, she found clarity. Flashbacks punctuated her solitude, childhood nights with her brother, the pride in her mother's eyes, mentors who had whispered that integrity would always cost something. Pain and love mingled, creating a tension that made her more human, more resolute. She stumbled into a cave one evening, bruised and bleeding, reflecting on the weight of truth. Corruption wasn't abstract, it lived in the people she once trusted. It had claws, teeth, and the audacity to smile as it destroyed lives. She found herself at the edge of despair. The canyon walls became her prison, the helicopter, a symbol of betrayal. Her wrists itched for the weight of the handcuffs she had escaped, a small, bitter reminder of what she had endured. Then, the spark, a memory, a hidden communication line, a proof stash she had discovered months ago. The evidence, the leverage. If she could survive just a little longer, she could strike back. She whispered to herself in the dark, "This isn't the end. Not yet." Have you ever felt like giving up, but something inside you refused to stay down? Share your experience, someone might need to read it. Amara spent days traversing the canyon, careful, calculating, every movement plotted, every sound noted. She retrieved the hidden stash of evidence, a collection of documents, recordings, and digital files that could unravel Rhodes and Grant completely. But she wasn't alone in her fight. An old mentor, retired yet fiercely principled, agreed to help after seeing the evidence. A trusted hacker, previously a casual ally, came forward to expose digital trails. Slowly, quietly, her forces built, like shadows gathering before a storm. Training resumed, only now, she prepared for confrontation rather than survival. Every muscle, every reflex, every strategic insight sharpened for the day she would reclaim justice. Maps were drawn, surveillance studied, helicopter routes, patrol schedules, escape paths, all meticulously charted. Amara wasn't planning revenge, she was planning exposure. Truth had power. The day before the strike, she paused. The desert stretched endlessly. She imagined Rhodes and Grant, arrogant, unprepared, blinded by hubris. The anticipation built like a storm behind her chest. She fastened her harness, double-checked her gear, and whispered, "Tomorrow, they learn." Dawn broke. Helicopter blades whirred, unaware of the shadow waiting. Amara descended silently from the ridge, her presence unseen, her approach unnoticed. Grant and Rhodes smirked inside the aircraft. Victory was close. And then, the unexpected. A cable snaked around the frame, anchoring the helicopter. One by one, officers were incapacitated by silent, precise strikes. Amara moved like a phantom. "Did you really think I needed a parachute?" she said, voice cutting through the chaos. Rhodes froze, disbelief painted across his face. By the time authorities arrived, the helicopter was grounded. The corrupt officers, exposed, incapacitated. Evidence that had been buried for months now streamed to investigators, journalists, and federal oversight. The city, the desert, the world, all witnesses to the fall of those who abused power. And Amara? She stood in the sunlight, the embodiment of relentless courage. Was this justice satisfying, or did they deserve even more? I want to hear your take below. The dust settled. The desert returned to its quiet gold and shadow. The helicopter was impounded. Rhodes and Grant faced charges, their influence shattered. Amara walked away from the chaos, her harness packed away, her heart steady. She had risked everything. She had faced betrayal, isolation, and danger, and yet, justice had won. She looked back once, the canyon behind her whispering of trials overcome, and smiled faintly. Power can corrupt, lies can flourish, but truth, when pursued relentlessly, finds a way. In the end, justice wasn't loud, it was quiet, but it was finally real. If this story moved you, please subscribe and share it. It's the best way to help me keep telling powerful stories that remind us, truth still matters.